Let us take a hard look in the mirror and be honest for a second. From the waist up, you are looking like a Greek statue carved out of granite. You have unlocked the muscle up, you are holding a solid planche, and you are feeling absolutely dangerous. But then you look down. What is happening there? It looks like two breadsticks trying to support a vending machine. This is the classic calisthenics paradox. You have built an upper body ready for war, but your lower half looks like it belongs to a flamingo. It is time to stop treating your legs like they are just there for decoration. We're going to fix that imbalance right now. In this video, I am breaking down 5 non-negotiable exercises to delete those chicken legs forever, plus a bonus tip at the end that most people ignore. Before we start sweating, drop a comment below and tell me what city you are rep from today. I want to know where my global leg day squad is located. Also, do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button because friends do not let friends walk around with bird legs. Let us get to work. We are kicking things off with the absolute grandfather of leg development, which is the squat. If you are trying to build a physique without squatting, you are essentially trying to build a mansion on a foundation made of wet noodles. It just does not work. Set your feet shoulder width apart and point those toes slightly out. Drop it down like you are trying to sit on a very low toilet seat. I want to see real depth here, people. If you are doing those tiny quarter reps where your knees barely bend, you are cheating yourself and you look ridiculous. Keep that chest proud and brace your core like someone is about to punch you in the gut. The biggest crime I see is the knees caving inward, like a collapsing house of cards, when the weight gets heavy. Force those knees out to track over your toes. If you want to really cook those quads, switch to a narrow stance or add a pause at the bottom to question your existence. This is the price of admission for strong legs, so pay up. Now, we need to have a serious conversation about your calves, because walking around with developed quads and toothpicks for lower legs makes you look like an upside-down bowling pin. Stop blaming your genetics and stop treating this muscle group like an afterthought. The calf raise machine is your best tool here because honestly, body weight raises are about as effective as trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. We need heavy, isolated load. Plant the balls of your feet firmly and drive those heels up until you feel like a ballerina. The biggest mistake I see is people bouncing the weight like a kangaroo on a caffeine overdose. That is not training, that is just momentum stealing your gains. You need to slow it down. Get a deep, nasty stretch at the bottom and hold the top squeeze for 2 full seconds. Pick a weight that makes your legs feel like they are burning off your body by rep 12. If you are not making ugly faces, you are not training hard enough. Let us move over to the leg press, which is often the sanctuary for ego lifters who want to look strong without actually balancing anything, but we are going to use it correctly to pack on serious mass. This machine is the perfect tool when you want to load up the weight without your lower back waving a white flag and giving up on you. Glue your back to that pad like your life depends on it and drive through your heels. Now listen to me very carefully. Do not ever lock your knees at the top. We have all seen those horror movie videos where legs bend the wrong way, and we do not want to be the star of the next viral fail compilation. Also, stop bringing your knees so far back that your butt lifts off the seat. You are trying to build muscle, not fold yourself into a human pretzel. Control the descent. If you let the weight crash down, you are just testing gravity, not your strength. Play with your foot placement to target different areas, but keep that tempo slow and make those legs shake. Time to isolate the quads with the leg extension. This is not about moving a house, it is about detail work, so leave the ego lifting for another day. If you are swinging your body back and forth in the seat like you are having a tantrum, you are missing the point entirely. Sit down and line up your knee joint with the machine axis unless you want your knees to retire early. Extend your legs and squeeze at the top like you are trying to pop a balloon between your thighs. The goal here is not to impress the gym crush with how much weight you can kick, because nobody cares. It is about total control. Hold that peak contraction for 2 seconds until you question your life choices, and do not let the weight free fall on the way down. Use this as a finisher and throw in a drop set to really humble yourself. If you can walk away normally after this exercise without wobbling like a newborn giraffe, then honestly, you did not go hard enough. Welcome to the exercise that was almost certainly invented by a person who hated happiness. The Bulgarian split squat is universally despised for a very specific reason. It works. This acts as a lie detector for your legs because unlike a regular squat, your dominant side cannot save the weak one here. There is absolutely nowhere to hide. Put your back foot on the bench and drop your hips straight down. Do not let your front knee drift so far forward that you are sliding into next week. Stability is everything. If you are wobbling around looking like a baby deer on ice, you need to slow down and actually own the movement. A lot of you rush through these just to get the torture over with, but that is exactly why your progress is stalled. Control the tempo. If you really are a glutton for punishment, throw on a weighted vest or elevate your front foot for a deficit. It is going to feel like your soul is leaving your body, but that is just the weakness evaporating. Most people treat their hamstrings like the terms and conditions on a website. You just scroll past them without reading and hope nothing bad happens. But ignoring the back of your legs creates a massive imbalance that leaves your knees vulnerable and your physique looking incomplete. The leg curl is not a break time scrolling station, it is strict business. Here's the golden rule. Keep your hips glued to the bench as if they are welded there. I see way too many of you lifting your butt straight into the air and twerking on the machine trying to momentum the weight up. That is not a curl, that is just a desperate attempt to impress nobody. If you have to use your lower back to move the weight, then the weight is too heavy. Drop the ego and control the movement. I recommend doing these one leg at a time to spot imbalances immediately. If you want legs that function as well as they look, and knees that survive past 40, you need to suffer through these slow and controlled. You can destroy your legs in the gym for hours, but if your sleep is garbage, your gains are going straight into the trash. Recovery is where the actual growth happens, not during the set. You need deep, uninterrupted sleep to repair that tissue, or you are just wasting your time. That is why I rely on this sleep mask. It blocks out 100% of the light, so you are not waking up every time a car drives by. Stop sabotaging your own hard work and get some actual rest so those legs can finally grow. Look, I know some of you calisthenics purists treat iron like it is radioactive material. You act like touching a barbell is going to instantly ruin your relative strength and turn you into a stiff bodybuilder who cannot touch their toes. But here's the hard truth. Your legs are already efficient at carrying your body weight. Doing 500 air squats in a row is not strength training anymore. That is just fancy Zumba. You are not building muscle. You are just wasting time and testing your boredom threshold. You need external load to force adaptation. Throw on a weighted vest, fill a backpack with bricks, or actually pick up some dumbbells. And seriously, do not sleep on the deadlift. It is not just for powerlifters. It builds the bulletproof glutes, hamstrings, and lower back strength that will actually make your static holds rock solid. Iron is not the enemy here. The only enemy is walking around with weak sticks because you are too stubborn to pick up something heavy. It is time to evolve. Weak legs equal a crumbling foundation. Prioritize balance, mobility, and do not fear adding heavy load when body weight gets too easy. You have the blueprint now, so stop making excuses. Get up and go crush leg day.